What's up, guys? Today I will be explaining why Skyrim is the perfect Lord of the Rings game. Now, this is not set in the Lord of the Rings universe, this is not set in Middle-earth, but I want to kind of explain why if you want to get a Lord of the Rings experience or a Middle-earth experience from a game, you should play Skyrim instead of any other title. This is, in my opinion, the game where you can experience the world of Tolkien the best. Now, one thing, this is not the world of Tolkien, okay? Don't get me wrong. If you want to experience a universe, a world that's very much like the Lord of the Rings and get those same experiences the characters in the movies and books had, this is the game to go. Now, my first point is that this game provides the perfect opportunity for adventures and experiences. So for example, I just did a quest where I had to try and retrieve something, a horn I think it was. And the horn wasn't there anyway. I have to go back to a specific location. Now let's check on the map where that is. So I'm here, this is my current location. Let's go down, okay, this river, down this mountain. And this is where I have to go. This is Riverwood. And actually, this is where I started from. Actually, I started from Whiterun. And I went all the way up here and I went to these marshes. And that's the most Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit thing ever, is these long journeys where you explore beautiful, vast landscapes. And the experiences that provides is simply alone, it is the most important thing. So if you want to go on an adventure through a beautiful, mystical world, just like they do in The Lord of the Rings, this is where you do it, And that's what I'm going to talk about in my next point, is that this game provides a genuinely good like a mythical medieval world. This world has everything you would expect. It's like Middle Earth, only different. It's like if your classmate wrote Middle Earth and you copied his paper and you changed something. It's basically the same thing, but it provides the same experience. Now, why do I say that? It's first of all, the geography. In my opinion, the geography is one of the main things. Is that everywhere you look, there's a beautiful landscape. Literally here, there, literally, look at this beautiful city. It's just beauty everywhere. And sure, maybe not in the dungeons, but in the Lord of the Rings, the dungeons aren't necessarily super beautiful. I mean, the Mines of Moria are, but this game also has some beautiful underground structures. No spoilers. So yeah, and cities. In the Lord of the Rings, and I'm just gonna say Middle-earth. In Middle-earth, there are beautiful cities and structures and environments, and that's exactly what you get in this game too. Look at that city over there. It's built on a cliff that has a literally hole in the middle. It's a very like Middle-earth thing. It feels very similar to those cities in Tolkien's universe. And my next point is that the entities of this world are also very, they fit in. There's something you would expect to find on a journey. Wow, I literally picked up a flower. There's something you would expect to encounter on a journey through Middle-earth. So these beings that you would encounter are very similar to the ones you would expect to encounter in The Lord of the Rings. Now, my next point is the music. And general, kind of the smaller things of the game. Like, for example, the graphics and the music. All of those things combined. The visual effects, I suppose. It's not something you look at and you think, no, this is not how Middle-earth would look like. It fits in. So obviously, as I already said, this is not a Lord of the Rings game. Now, there are other Lord of the Rings games, and the reason why I'm making this video is because there's no in my opinion, there's no really good Lord of the Rings game. Obviously, there's the Lord of the Rings Lego game. There are some other games, a lot of them. But this is the game, in my opinion, where you can truly kind of experience that world. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but those other games, they're like, they slap on the Lord of the Rings title and they expect, oh, boom, Lord of the Rings. But this game, you can simulate the experiences that the I don't know, the hobbits, the people in Lord of the Rings experienced. This is it's really just like Lord of the Rings, only it's not called Lord of the Rings. Now, obviously, there are other Elder Scrolls titles like Oblivion and Morrowind, and the reason I'm not talking about those is because this is the most advanced game, and it's also personally my favorite. Now, this isn't a review necessarily of this game, but I will say that this game, it feels the best. It feels the closest to Lord of the Rings. For example, in Oblivion, the graphics are, well, they're bad, okay? They're, like, the game is good, but the graphics, like, compared to Skyrim, they're, like, just, they kind of remind you that, oh, goddamn, somebody. They remind you that you're not playing, you're playing a game, basically. In Skyrim, you can kind of get lost in the world easier. Die. Hey guys, so that's about it. That's those are the reasons on why Skyrim is, in my opinion, a Lord of the Rings game. Now, I'm not saying it is, but all I'm saying is that if you want a true Lord of the Rings experience and you want a game that truly captures the atmosphere and feel of Lord of the Rings, you should play this game. Because all of those elements combined, like the guards, like this, like change the shield, and that's a guard of Rohan, you know. These are the fields, Helm's Deep's over there, you know. It's everything, the environment, the beauty of this game. And I'm not a professional, I don't know, like reviewer. I can't necessarily put things into perfect detail. But you know, I kind of just want to get my points across on why I think this is the Lord of the Rings game. I played some of them. I tried playing Lord of the Rings Lego. It was horrible, to be honest, especially on PC. The you know, the just no, it just did not work. It was horrible. It was a buggy mess. I wanted to record it, but just a buggy mess. The Gollum game that came out, it's well, we all know how that went. I think there was like the Dwarves of Moria game. It's like, sure, but like it's only set in that universe. So yeah, I think the Elder Scrolls titles are the closest to a Lord of the Rings Middle Earth experience you can get. And that's mainly from personal experience. I'm speaking also. Whenever I started playing this game, I'll be like, before, for example, before fighting a dragon, because there was that one quest, and I was like, oh my god, look at those clouds on those mountains. Like, you know, small details like that. And you just look at those clouds and you imagine that probably Bilbo or whoever else was looking in the distance at mountains or at trees or at dogs chasing humans before, you know, the war or any other like big challenge. And that's just not something you get from other titles. You know, this is not something you necessarily get from other games. Now, there are games obviously that are in similar settings, like Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games. I can't name all of them off the top of my head, but Skyrim is the one that I guess captures the diversity of Lord of the Rings, and I don't mean that in the modern political way. I mean that in the diversity of the world, of what's there. For example, Dark Souls, it's very dark. When I first played it, I was, you know, it was kind of depressing. You know, it's all about death and like It's a good. They're very good games. Don't get me wrong, but they're not a Lord of the Rings, a Middle Earth experience. I think Skyrim provides the most of that. There's kingdoms of men, kingdoms of elves, distant lands, ghosts, dragons for one. People with specific like powers. For example, in Skyrim, spoiler alert, you're a dragonborn, and that means basically you have special powers to fight dragons, and that's like similar to kind of Aragorn or like Gandalf, where you have like special powers. Like, no regular person can do this. It's you could kind of, I don't know, something. There are wizards, casters. And it's a good game too. If you want a Middle Earth experience, you need to have a good game. You can't just kind of put everything into one place and hope that it works. It also needs to be good, and this game is very good. Yeah, so thank you guys, I guess, for watching. Let me know anything I might have missed in the comments, your opinions, thoughts. This wasn't an in-depth review. This is kind of just, I wanted to, speak a bit, get my points across, get people thinking, maybe inspire somebody to play Skyrim if you haven't already, because I started playing this game only like half a year ago, and well, yeah, I mean, this game came out like 13 years ago, so playing it half a year ago is it means that many people still haven't played it. Yeah, peace.